our next speaker. And our next speaker is Nozuko Twala. She will be evaluated by Ancient the Law. She will speak for 5 to 7 minutes on the pathway persuasive influence. Ancient, can you kindly share with us the goals and objective of Nozuko's speech?
The purpose of this project is for the member to identify their primary leadership style or styles. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of their primary leadership style or discuss the leadership styles in general.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Nozuko Twala, speaking on the title, Leadership is not a title, it's a practice. Leadership is not a title, it's a practice. Nozuko Twala.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen, our guests, Zianda and Sohofatso. For some reason, growing up, I got myself into trouble because I would be given roles that required me to think that I'm a leader. So at the age of 7, I was appointed, I would assume, amongst my cousins. I was a band board. So I'm keeping my grandmom's bank postal books or checks that could have been posted by relatives so that whenever she wants them, they are retrievable. And at the same time, we're staying in the village and cash was important to have around. I had to make sure that the cash that she's keeping is balancing. And whenever she needs all these things, they are there. I do this work comfortable because there were no bank robberies. My cousins were all pleasant. No one is naughty to steal or mess up with my granny's finances. And my uncles as well. I do my tasks comfortable, thinking, I've got this. I'm not challenged. This happened for quite a while, thinking of, until my aunt, my favorite aunt, the only sister to my mom, she's my hero, my role model. I look up to her. She's beautiful. She's got this beautiful round figure. She wears with style. Everything she does, she commands. She is having the most loud and yet a character that captivates people to be around her. At the same time, what she says goes. One time she comes, she demands to get money from the cash that I'm keeping. My grandmother does not know this. I give her the cash. I don't tell my grandma until she discovered herself that money was actually missing. Obviously, she was intelligent, she was educated, her memory was quite well. She knew what I was supposed to do. 2 years later, I found myself again as I'm given another position by my uncle. I consider him to be my warrior. She buys a kit, he buys a kit for a club, local football club, soccer club for teenage boys. So these are boys who are older than me. And I am supposed to make sure that the kit is complete, clean, and always available from them. I check this for few times with the captain whenever the kit will come home. And everything will tally, there were no issues. Over time, I didn't do my checking. I'll just get the bag and I would keep the stock without checking until my uncle discovered that the kit was not complete. These experiences gave me a reason to always wonder, what is my leadership? And leadership is not defined by title. It's defined by practice. And yet, it's something that I had to learn over time, because early in my life, I was crushed. However, amongst other things, I've also learned that influences and support and guide that one gives to others brings an overall understanding on how shared goals can be achieved. As I was preparing for this project, I really thought I needed to sit down and understand again, and so that I can elevate my leadership skills. This project, it gave me an opportunity to sit down and to reflect basically on my leadership skills, linking to the survey that was given on the project. I used all the attributes that I was given: effective communication, leading by example, optimism, open-mindedness, integrity. And I've realized how these attributes have actually shaped my leadership skills. Obviously, effective communication has actually become central in my leadership approach. I'm not surprised. I'm here in Toastmasters to improve not only communication, how I can actually be effective in my leadership skills, to make sure that I articulate expectations and engage others in dialogue, so that we can have a shared understanding of decisions that are made. And the next attribute, which was quite important for me, it aligns also to my character, is optimism and vision. And I'm also, I'm quite strong on this area. It's important for me as a leader to maintain enthusiasm for goals and focus of other team members to achieve, positive outcomes. Because I am motivated by the idea of progress and future possibilities. I won't go into detail in terms of open-mindedness and my inclusion. I'm hoping that this leadership style will be something that you can experience with me as we interact in the club. Identifying my 5 leadership areas, I considered them very well, and I paid quite attention to understand this project. Overall, it reflects a people-centered and a collaborative approach, supported by clear communication and ethical conduct. At the same time, these patterns of the responses that I got from the surveys align most closely with the democratic and coaching leadership style, with an element of authoritative leadership, which is evident in my focus on vision and direction. I'm also motivated to developing others. In conclusion, fellow Toastmasters guests, as I elevate on my leadership skills, I'm completing this assessment, having done the reflection, and I have strengthened my self-awareness as a leader. It has highlighted both my strengths and areas for continued development. And I remain conscious in terms of how I move forward with all the 5 areas I had to assess my leadership skills on. Madam, Mr. Toastmaster, sorry.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nozuko Twala, for that elevating speech. I think leadership is one of the gray areas that have been studied from time immemorial. Even to this day, we still need leadership lessons, more especially for the men and women that are leading our country. We are not sure where they're leading it to. So we need more education on leadership. Moving forward,